Have you ever looked at the night sky and felt a deep resonance, a sense of belonging that transcends this earth? What if that feeling isn't just a romantic notion, but a signal from your true cosmic ancestry? Perhaps what we have been told about our origins is not the complete picture, and our history is far more vast and complex than we could have ever imagined. These questions should not be dismissed, for they are the key to unlocking a hidden reality and revealing a truth that has been concealed for ages. The path to understanding our true potential begins by questioning the very nature of our existence and exploring the possibility that our ancestors walked among the stars, carrying within them a cosmic heritage that we are now beginning to awaken to. The central premise of this journey is that humanity has a hidden connection to star systems associated with the powerful archetypes of dragons and serpents. These are not merely fantastical creatures relegated to the realm of myth, but rather symbols of powerful cosmic energies and the beings who carry them. Some among us are starseeds, individuals carrying a genetic and spiritual lineage directly from these star systems, each with a unique energetic signature. Those of us with these origins carry within them a dormant power, a key to unlocking their true potential and a deeper spiritual understanding, while also harboring the feeling of being different from the rest of the population. It is a deep feeling of not quite belonging here, a resonance with something greater and more ancient. This difference is not a flaw, but rather a birthright. Within this framework lies a fundamental duality, the interplay of dragon and serpent energies. Dragons, often associated with solar, active, conscious, and masculine energy, represent the power of creation and manifestation. Serpents, on the other hand, resonate with lunar, receptive, subconscious, and feminine energy, embodying wisdom and transformation. These are not opposing forces, but two halves of a unified whole, akin to the yin-yang symbol, each balancing the other in a cosmic dance. It is in the harmonization of these seemingly opposing forces that personal power and spiritual awakening is achieved. The goal of this exploration is to uncover how to effectively integrate these energies into your own life. Throughout history, this knowledge has been suppressed, distorted, and even vilified by those in positions of power. Many of our ancient myths and legends contain a hidden truth, masked by religious and political agendas designed to keep humanity in a state of ignorance. But the truth can no longer be contained, and we are now at a critical moment in time to remember our heritage. It is time to challenge these limitations and unveil the hidden reality that has been kept from us for so long. The purpose of this investigation is to empower you with the tools to understand reality on a much deeper level and to reconnect with your true origin. Understanding this hidden knowledge is paramount because it connects us directly to our true potential as individuals. By unlocking our starseed heritage and activating the dragon and serpent energies within, we gain access to powers that have been dormant for eons, powers that have been forgotten. This is not just about personal growth, but about the transformation of our lives and the world around us. For those who have always felt like they are different, the starseed idea provides an explanation for that difference, while also showing the purpose and power of that difference. It's a feeling of profound connection to something larger, and a deep knowing that you are not meant to be contained by the limited perception of reality that has been given to us. The impact of this knowledge extends far beyond our individual lives. The energies of dragons and serpents are deeply connected to the larger universal energy system, making our understanding of them absolutely critical for the evolution of humanity and our role in the universe. We are not just observers in this grand cosmic play, but rather active participants, and understanding our lineage will give us the keys we need to fulfill our destiny. This journey is not merely a quest for personal insight, but rather an urgent call to understand our role in the unfolding cosmic drama, and why the activation of our hidden potential is more important than ever. Furthermore, understanding the dragon and serpent energies and embracing the starseed concept shatters the very foundation of our conventional understanding of reality and will expose the misinterpretations of the past. What we have been taught about history, spirituality, and ourselves is limited and even purposefully misleading. It's not enough to accept the narrative that has been given to us, and it is time to step outside of these limitations. By acknowledging the starseed origins and the powerful archetypes, we open a doorway into a new worldview, a deeper understanding of consciousness, and a pathway to personal liberation, finally breaking free of the chains of the perceived reality. This video will provide not just esoteric theory, but practical tools for transformation. We will be exploring the hidden power within, the importance of balance, the necessity of truth-seeking, and the unlimited possibilities for personal transformation. The information we are about to uncover is not just abstract knowledge, but rather it is a guide to empowering your existence in every way possible. Remember that the ability to harness these powers is within you, waiting to be awakened and activated. It is not a gift bestowed upon the select few, but a birthright for all who are willing to seek it. To start understanding this, it is important to understand archetypes, which can be described as universal patterns of energy and consciousness. Dragons and serpents are not just symbols, but archetypal representations of specific energies. These energies are deeply ingrained in our collective unconscious, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. For example, the archetype of the hero is often associated with dragon energy, while the archetype of the wise woman is connected to serpent energy, and these archetypes show up across many different cultures and belief systems. Understanding these archetypes is essential to grasp the deeper meaning behind these symbols and allows us to start recognizing their manifestations in our own lives, as well as in the world around us. To begin to explain the starseed concept, we must understand that we are not just physical beings, but also have a spiritual and energetic connection to specific star systems. It is through these connections that we can understand our own unique lineage and also see the way our specific energies are meant to be expressed. This idea helps to show why there is such a variety of different people on Earth, while also showing our true origins. The constellations of Draco and Hydra, for instance, are believed to be the origin of dragon and serpent lineages, respectively, and it is through the exploration of these systems that we will begin to understand the origin of the starseeds and their purpose here on Earth. Throughout this journey, we will also be exploring the symbolism of dragons and serpents across various cultures, showing the many different ways that these powerful energies have been interpreted throughout history. From the dragon lore in Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt to the serpent symbolism in China and Mesoamerica, we will uncover the common thread of a hidden knowledge passed down through the ages. The pattern of the surface interpretation versus the hidden meaning will reveal the layers of manipulation that have kept these secrets hidden from the mainstream. This knowledge has been purposefully suppressed and distorted, and it is now time for us to bring this knowledge into the light of conscious awareness. And that brings us to a key pattern, which is the difference between the surface and the hidden meaning. Dragons, for instance, are often depicted as monsters, symbols of chaos and destruction. However, their true essence is one of power, transformation, and wisdom. Similarly, the serpent is commonly viewed as a symbol of evil, tempting humanity into sin. However, we will uncover its true meaning as the power of Kundalini, the awakening of consciousness, and a powerful connection to the subconscious, which is the source of creativity and intuition. This is a key element in understanding the hidden nature of the information we are exploring, because many of these symbols have been intentionally misinterpreted. If this knowledge is so powerful, why has it been kept secret? Who benefits from our collective ignorance? These questions are not merely rhetorical, they are the key to understanding the larger conspiracy that has kept humanity from reaching its full potential. It is by understanding these questions that we can see the true implications of these ideas, and also why it is so important to uncover the hidden truth. This is not simply an intellectual pursuit, but rather a necessary step in breaking free from the chains of manipulation and finally stepping into our true power. The hidden knowledge has been preserved by secret societies and ancient mystery schools for centuries. Groups such as the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and the Rosicrucians have held on to the true meaning of these ancient symbols, passing them down from one generation to the next, while also protecting them from the masses. It is through the study of these organizations and their connection to these ancient systems of knowledge that we can begin to understand the true depth of what has been concealed from us. The elite have been using this knowledge for their own purposes, and it is now time to take back our power and remember our true purpose. The possibility of activating our personal dragon and serpent energies through specific techniques will be explored in this journey. We will be discussing the ability to connect to our own dormant psychic abilities, as well as other hidden potentials within our consciousness. By tapping into these energies, we can reshape our reality and begin to live a life of freedom, sovereignty, and alignment. These techniques are not complex, but they do require focused intention and dedicated practice, and it is through this journey that we will understand how to implement them. By the end of this video, you will know how to connect with your starseed lineage and how to activate the hidden powers within you. You will also understand how these forces are impacting your life every day and how to use them in a positive and effective way. Prepare to embark on a journey of self-discovery that will transform your perception of reality and empower you to step into the fullest expression of your true potential, as we explore the depths of dragon bloodlines and the mysteries of serpent starseeds. Let us now delve into the ancient myths and symbols that have shaped our understanding of these powerful archetypes and uncover the hidden meanings that have been deliberately concealed for centuries, starting with the ancient cultures of Mesopotamia and Egypt. In these cradles of civilization, dragons and serpents were not simply monsters to be feared, but rather complex symbols of primordial forces, guardians of hidden knowledge, and initiators on the path to spiritual awakening. In Mesopotamia, the dragon Tiamat, a primordial goddess of chaos in the Salt Sea, is depicted as a powerful serpentine being, representing the undifferentiated potential from which all creation arises. Far from being a force of pure destruction, Tiamat embodies the raw, untamed energy of the cosmos, a force that must be understood and respected in order to manifest one's own creative power. In the ancient artwork of Mesopotamia, Tiamat is often depicted with serpent-like features, highlighting the connection between dragons and serpents, illustrating the shared characteristics of creation and destruction, power and transformation, wisdom and chaos. This duality is a recurring theme, showing how these archetypes are not simply good or evil, but represent the spectrum of cosmic energies that can be harnessed for personal growth and spiritual evolution. In ancient Egypt, the serpent Apep, or Apophis, represents the forces of chaos and darkness that seek to undermine the cosmic order, and is depicted as a giant serpent, or dragon, that tries to devour the sun god Ra each night. However, if we look at this myth with a deeper understanding, we can see that Apep is not simply a force of evil, but rather a necessary part of the cosmic cycle. The daily battle between Ra and Apep symbolizes the constant struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos, consciousness and subconscious, all essential elements of the process of existence. The serpent Apep, much like Tiamat, is a representation of the raw, untamed forces of nature, the chaotic potential that must be engaged in order for personal and collective transformation. The snake's ability to shed its skin was revered as a symbol of rebirth and regeneration, representing the cyclical nature of life, death, and resurrection. This is not to say that we should embrace chaos, but rather to understand that it is an inherent part of the journey and that true power comes from the integration of these seemingly opposing forces. This connection between creation and destruction, light and darkness, is not just a part of ancient mythology, but a fundamental truth about the nature of reality, as well as a guide for our own path towards self-mastery. Now let's shift our focus eastward to examine the dragon and serpent symbolism in China and in the Hindu and Buddhist traditions of India and Tibet, and observe a different perspective, and yet the same underlying truth. In Chinese culture, the lung dragons are revered as benevolent forces, symbols of power, prosperity, and good fortune, often associated with the emperor, the very embodiment of earthly power and authority, while also being seen as a celestial force of creation. They are depicted as serpentine creatures with scales, horns, and claws, often shown soaring through the sky, bringing rain and prosperity to the land. This association with celestial forces highlights the dragon's connection to the cosmic energies and their ability to influence the earthly realm. The dragon embodies not just earthly power, but rather the very power of the cosmos made manifest. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, the serpent is a potent symbol of life force energy known as Kundalini, a primal energy that resides at the base of the spine, often depicted as a serpent coiled 3.5 times. It is through the awakening and activation of this energy that individuals can attain higher states of consciousness and experience profound spiritual transformation. The serpent is thus viewed not as an evil temptation, but rather as a powerful source of creative and transformative energy and the key to unlocking one's full potential. This is just another perspective of the same power previously mentioned, another path to self-mastery and liberation. The parallels between these different cultures are undeniable, and they demonstrate the universal recognition of these archetypal energies, highlighting the shared wisdom of ancient cultures. The fact that such similar themes arise in very different parts of the world should be enough to begin to question the surface interpretation and ask if there is a deeper, more important truth being revealed. Let us now turn our attention to the Americas, specifically the Mesoamerican cultures, and explore the meaning of the feathered serpent deities Quetzalcoatl and Cuculcan. In Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatl, whose name translates to feathered serpent, is a powerful deity associated with knowledge, wisdom, and the planet Venus. He is depicted as a serpent covered with feathers, symbolizing the union of earthly and celestial forces, representing the integration of mind, body, and spirit, and serves as a representation of the path to spiritual enlightenment. Quetzalcoatl is portrayed as a bringer of civilization and knowledge, and is seen as a teacher who guides humanity towards a higher understanding of the cosmos, not unlike the other examples we have just discussed, except now we have added another layer to the symbol with the addition of the feathers. The Mayan equivalent, Cuculcan, also known as the feathered serpent god, is similarly revered as a creator deity and a symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and spiritual transformation. The step pyramids of Mesoamerica, with their serpent motifs, further amplify the importance of the serpent archetype as a pathway to higher levels of awareness and a bridge between the earthly and celestial realms. These feathered serpent deities represent the integration of dualistic forces, with the serpent symbolizing the earthly and the feathers representing the celestial. This integration is a potent representation of the path to enlightenment, highlighting how these ancient cultures also understood the importance of balance and integration. The Mesoamerican traditions provide further evidence that these archetypal forces have been recognized across many different cultures and should not be discarded as just simple mythological figures. This is yet another example of a shared universal truth that has been distorted through surface interpretation and intentionally hidden from the public eye. What begins to become clear is that the symbolism of dragons and serpents is not limited to a single culture or tradition, but rather a global phenomenon with a clear consistency across vastly different geographical regions and historical time periods. These are not just symbols, but powerful archetypes that represent the very forces of creation, transformation, and knowledge. The recurrence of these symbols across so many diverse cultures with a shared underlying meaning suggests a common source of knowledge, hinting at a deeper connection between humanity and the cosmos, as well as a universal understanding that has been suppressed and distorted over time. This is more than mere coincidence. It is a demonstration of a fundamental truth that permeates all of human consciousness, regardless of geographical location or historical era. This shared understanding hints at a deeper layer to our origins and the forces that shape our collective consciousness. These archetypes are not just mythical figures, but rather they are the keys to unlocking hidden truths about ourselves and our universe. Now that we have established the consistency of these archetypes across the globe, let us now delve into esoteric traditions and secret societies that have preserved this ancient knowledge and reveal their hidden connection to the dragon and serpent starseeds. The Gnostic tradition, with its unique cosmology and emphasis on direct spiritual experience, offers another perspective on the dragon and serpent theme, unveiling a deeper esoteric understanding. In Gnostic cosmology, the material world is seen as a prison created by the archons, who are lesser, tyrannical deities that keep humanity in a state of ignorance and suffering. In this context, the serpent of the Garden of Eden is not viewed as a tempter, but as a liberator who offers the gift of gnosis, or knowledge, which is the key to breaking free from the archon's control. This contrasts sharply with the traditional interpretations, and it is in this difference that the hidden knowledge begins to emerge. The serpent in Gnostic texts represents the awakening of consciousness and the recognition of our true spiritual nature, offering a path to liberation through self-knowledge, as opposed to blind faith and dogma. The very act of seeking hidden knowledge and questioning authority is central to the Gnostic path, revealing a deeper esoteric truth about the nature of reality. The Gnostic view is that the material world is a veil of illusion that keeps us from remembering our true origin, and it is through the pursuit of direct spiritual knowledge that we can finally break free from this prison. This aligns with the earlier discussed idea of the hidden meaning and the surface interpretation, which shows a recurring pattern in the way that the archons, or ruling powers, create a false reality to keep humanity from finding its true power. This is a direct example of the manipulation that was talked about in the previous sections. Hermeticism, with its core principle of as above, so below, provides a philosophical framework for understanding the interconnectedness of all things and a deeper understanding of the dragon and serpent duality. The Emerald Tablet, a foundational text of Hermeticism, speaks of alchemy, transformation, and the integration of opposing forces, all of which directly relate to the dragon and serpent archetypes we have been exploring. The alchemical process is not just about transmuting metals, but about transmuting the very soul, transforming lead into gold, which represents a movement from lower consciousness to higher consciousness, and symbolizes the journey of personal transformation and spiritual awakening. Within this context, the dragon and serpent represent the dualistic energies that must be integrated in order to achieve this state of wholeness and liberation. The Hermetic understanding is that the universe is a unified whole, and that every part of it is interconnected, which highlights the importance of balance and integration for the purpose of self-mastery and achieving one's true potential. The idea that as above, so below shows that the cosmos is reflected in the individual, and that understanding the macrocosm will give us the tools needed to also understand the microcosm. The alchemical process of the Hermetic teachings represents a practical method for self-transformation, and is a clear example of how esoteric traditions have preserved the hidden knowledge of the dragon and serpent archetypes. Secret societies, such as the Rosicrucians and the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, have played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting the hidden knowledge of the dragon and serpent symbolism through carefully guarded rituals and teachings. These groups understood the deeper esoteric meanings behind these archetypes, and they have used them in their initiations to facilitate the spiritual development of their members, always careful to keep this knowledge from the general public. They utilize symbols, rituals, and allegories as vehicles for communicating these hidden truths, ensuring that they are only accessible to those who are initiated into their mysteries. For example, the Rosicrucians use the symbol of the rose and the cross, which is said to represent the integration of the masculine and feminine principles, mirroring the previously discussed dragon and serpent duality. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn also made use of powerful symbols, which were used in their rituals to activate specific energies within the practitioners and also explore the depths of their own consciousness. These societies understood the true nature of reality, and they took great care in preserving this information and passing it down from one generation to the next, but this knowledge was never meant to be available to the public. This knowledge, passed down through these lineages, continues to influence modern esoteric thought and practices, highlighting the enduring power of these archetypes. The dragon and serpent symbolism has not been lost, but rather it has been kept alive and transmitted through these secret societies and esoteric traditions. Modern esotericists often use meditation, visualization, and energy work to explore the depths of the dragon and serpent energies and connect with the deeper meaning behind the symbols. This is not just a historical idea, but rather it is a living system of knowledge that is accessible to those who are ready to seek it. The lineage of knowledge is unbroken, and it continues to be transmitted to this very day. And this is important to understand because this ancient information is just as applicable to our lives right now as it was thousands of years ago. This pattern of hidden knowledge, preserved by secret societies, raises a very important question. Why was this knowledge kept hidden in the first place? And who benefits from our collective ignorance? It is by answering these questions that we can begin to grasp the true implications of this information and see how it connects to a much larger picture. We will address these questions directly, but first, let's connect the dragon and serpent symbolism to specific star systems and the concept of starseed origins. Now let's connect the dragon and serpent archetypes to their corresponding star systems, particularly the constellations of Draco and Hydra. Draco, the dragon constellation, is located in the northern celestial hemisphere and is often associated with wisdom, power, and cosmic forces, mirroring the previously mentioned characteristics of the dragon archetype. The myths and legends associated with Draco often portray the dragon as a guardian of hidden knowledge and also as a symbol of immense power. This direct connection between the constellation and the archetype is not merely a coincidence, but an indication that these star systems played a significant role in shaping the symbolism and the energies that we have been discussing. Hydra, the serpent constellation, is the largest of the 88 modern constellations and is often associated with transformation, fluidity, and the depths of the subconscious, which also mirrors the serpent archetype discussed in previous sections. This celestial serpent, with its connection to the lunar forces, provides another direct link between the serpent archetype and its stellar origin. The fact that ancient civilizations were able to correlate the star systems with the archetypes they used to describe their reality shows that the connection is more than just mythology, but rather a scientific description of a hidden energetic reality. The ancients understood the importance of the stars, and they used this knowledge to further their own understanding of themselves and of the cosmos. By understanding this direct connection, we can see that these constellations were not just chosen at random, but rather they were purposefully associated with specific deities, archetypes, and also our own personal origins. The starseed concept adds another layer to this understanding, suggesting that some of us carry a direct lineage from these specific star systems with unique energetic signatures. These individuals often feel different from those around them, carrying with them a deep sense of purpose and a connection to something beyond this earth. Starseeds from the Draco lineage may possess a natural inclination towards leadership, power, and the pursuit of knowledge, whereas those from the Hydra lineage may be more intuitive, compassionate, and inclined towards transformation and healing. These are simply generalizations of the possible expression of these energies, and each individual will express them in their own unique way. The idea that we have these different lineages helps to explain the diversity that we see in the human population, while also showing why some individuals feel different. It is through the understanding of these starseed lineages that we can gain a deeper understanding of our purpose here on Earth, and also see the unique gifts that each of us possess. If you have ever felt like you don't belong, or that you are different from those around you, this may very well be the reason why, for you could very well be a starseed. Understanding this idea of starseed origins helps to contextualize our experience here on Earth, while also expanding our perspective of the possibilities of our potential. But why has this knowledge been kept hidden from us? And who benefits from our collective ignorance? The answer lies in the manipulation of archetypes and the intentional distortion of ancient symbols. By portraying the dragon as a fearsome monster and the serpent as a symbol of evil, the ruling powers have sought to suppress the true potential of humanity. They have deliberately inverted the meanings of these powerful archetypes to control the narrative of reality, creating a system of control that benefits the few at the expense of the many. The dragon archetype, which is meant to represent power, creation, and wisdom, has been depicted as a destructive force, a symbol of chaos that must be feared, thus keeping people from tapping into their own power and authority. Similarly, the serpent, which represents transformation, healing, and kundalini energy, is often portrayed as a tempter, a symbol of sin that leads humanity away from grace, keeping people from accessing their own inner wisdom and intuition. These are deliberate misrepresentations of the true nature of these archetypes, intended to keep humanity in a state of ignorance and powerlessness, while also keeping control and power in the hands of the ruling elite. These false narratives are not just stories, but rather they are tools used to maintain a system of control and to keep humanity from reaching its full potential. The manipulation of these symbols has been particularly prevalent in religious and political institutions, creating a false narrative of good versus evil and a system of control through dogma and fear. By controlling the archetypes, they can control the collective consciousness and create a reality that serves their own interests, while also keeping the public from understanding their true power. The control over religious stories and spiritual teachings has been used as a method to enforce the idea of a savior and a god external to the self, thus disempowering the public and keeping them from their own inner power, also making them dependent on the ruling powers. This manipulation of symbols and narratives has created a state of collective amnesia, disconnecting us from our true origins and also suppressing our individual potential. But the time for this illusion is coming to an end, as more and more people are becoming aware of the deception and are beginning to seek their own truth, while finally remembering our true potential. This manipulation is not just a historical event, but rather it is an ongoing system designed to keep us in a state of limited awareness and control, and it is up to each of us to break free from these false narratives and finally take back our power. This will only happen when enough individuals choose to seek the truth and start to implement these concepts into their own personal lives and also their own personal choices. Now let's shift our focus to the interplay of dualistic energies associated with the dragon and serpent archetypes, and how integrating them can lead to personal power and balance, thus unveiling an important key to our own individual transformation. The dragon, with its solar, active, and conscious energies, embodies the masculine principle, representing the power of will and manifestation. The serpent, with its lunar, receptive, and subconscious energies, embodies the feminine principle, representing intuition, wisdom, and the transformative potential of the subconscious. These are not opposing forces, but complementary aspects of the same fundamental energy, like the positive and negative poles of a magnet, or the crest and the trough of a wave, and one cannot exist without the other. The chakra system is another great example, where the Kundalini energy, often represented as a serpent, rests at the base of the spine and ascends through the various energy centers, ultimately leading to a higher state of consciousness. This is a microcosm of the larger universal energies, showing how these principles are at work within the individual and also the cosmos. Understanding these energies is essential for anyone who wishes to find their true power and ultimately make their way towards self-mastery and enlightenment. The integration of these seemingly opposing forces is paramount for achieving personal power and wholeness. It is not about choosing one energy over the other, but rather about finding the balance between the two, creating a synergistic relationship that allows for maximum potential. This concept is reflected in the Hermetic idea of the union of opposites, where the integration of dualities creates a new reality, a new potential, and a new level of being. By bringing the active, conscious energies of the dragon together with the receptive, subconscious energies of the serpent, we unlock the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and also of the universe. This integration leads to a state of equilibrium, where we are both powerful and compassionate, both decisive and intuitive, both logical and creative. This is not just a theoretical concept, but rather a practical method for achieving inner harmony and accessing our full potential. And when we begin to express our full potential, there is no telling what we may be able to achieve. This is also the point where our dormant psychic abilities begin to activate, because when we are in alignment with our true selves, then these gifts can finally manifest, and this is the point where we start to create a new reality for ourselves. This process of integration is not just about balancing energies, but rather it is a process of inner alchemy where we are transmuting our own limitations and creating a more powerful version of ourselves. It is through this process that we can begin to express the hidden power that has been dormant within us for so long. When we tap into the dragon energies, we activate our will and our ability to manifest our desires, and by integrating that with the wisdom of the serpent, we also gain access to our intuition and subconscious guidance. This is the key to true self-mastery and the ability to create a life that is aligned with our true purpose. The alchemical process is a metaphor for the journey of transformation, and by understanding this connection, we can begin to see the importance of integrating these archetypal energies within our own lives. Each individual will experience this transformation in a unique way, but the underlying principles remain the same, for this is a universal pattern that permeates all of existence, and by understanding these principles, we can begin to live a life of intention, purpose, and also mastery. This journey of integration, this internal alchemy, is not just a theoretical concept, but rather a practical process that requires conscious effort and a commitment to self-discovery. The cosmic themes that we have been exploring are directly connected to the individual process of personal transformation, for the macrocosm is always reflected in the microcosm. It is within each of us that the dance of the dragon and serpent takes place, and it is within each of us that the path to self-mastery is found. And it is in this understanding that we can begin to unlock the hidden power that we all possess and remember our true nature. By reflecting on how these dualistic energies manifest within your own life, you can begin to understand how to consciously work with them and begin your own alchemical process of personal transformation, which will be explored more fully in the next section when we discuss the specific techniques to activate and integrate these energies. For now, consider how this duality is expressing itself in your life, and consider what integration looks like for you personally. By asking these questions, you are taking the first step into a new path of understanding and alignment, as we get ready to explore the practical tools you need to activate these hidden powers and begin your own journey of self-mastery. Let us now delve into the practical techniques you can use right now to activate the powerful dragon and serpent energies within you. For this knowledge is not simply theoretical, but rather a living, breathing force that you can harness for your own transformation. To begin, find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed and sit comfortably with your spine straight, as this is the central channel for energy flow. Begin with a simple breathing exercise, inhaling deeply through your nose, visualizing the breath filling your lungs and expanding into your entire body. As you exhale, imagine releasing any tension or stress, allowing it to flow away with your breath. This simple act of conscious breathing will prepare you for the deeper work of activating your inner archetypes. Now, visualize a vibrant, golden light at the base of your spine, at the root chakra. This is the Kundalini, the serpent energy coiled and dormant. With each breath, imagine the golden light growing brighter and warmer, and feel it begin to move up your spine, slowly, gradually, activating each energy center along the way. As this energy rises, you may feel a tingling or warmth, a sensation that indicates the awakening of the serpent force within you. This is the beginning of a powerful transformation. Next, focus your attention on the area above your head, visualizing a powerful, fiery dragon breathing flames of pure potential, with its fiery gaze fixed on your pineal gland, the third eye. Imagine this dragon's fiery breath entering your crown chakra, flowing into your head and igniting your inner vision. Feel the dragon's power merging with your own energy field, activating your will, your focus, and your ability to manifest your intentions. As this energy descends, feel it merge with the rising serpent energy, creating a perfect balance of force and wisdom, conscious and subconscious, and masculine and feminine energies, all merging into one powerful unified force. This is the union of opposites, the activation of your full potential. These visualizations are not just mental exercises, but rather they are a key to unlocking your true power. This is how you tap into the archetypal forces that have been discussed, and it is through regular practice that you will begin to experience their benefits. The more focused and consistent you are with this work, the more powerful the effects will become. This is not a passive activity, it is an active engagement with your own energetic potential. Let's now complete the pattern of surface versus hidden, and reveal how the common misunderstandings of the dragon and serpent myths have kept humanity from tapping into the immense potential these archetypes represent. For centuries, the dragon has been portrayed as a monstrous beast, a symbol of greed and destruction, while the serpent has been demonized as the tempter, a symbol of evil and sin. These distorted interpretations are not accidental, but rather they are deliberate attempts to suppress the true power and potential of these symbols, as well as our own personal potential. The intent behind this deception is clear. By keeping humanity in fear and ignorance, the ruling powers can maintain control over the narrative of reality and keep their own power intact. But the truth is that the dragon is not a monster, but a powerful force of creation and transformation, and the serpent is not a tempter, but rather a symbol of wisdom, healing, and the awakening of consciousness. The dragon's fire is not meant for destruction, but rather it is the fire of creation that can be used to forge a new reality, and the serpent's venom is not poisonous, but a potent medicine that can heal the body, mind, and spirit. These archetypes are not enemies, but rather complementary forces that represent the entirety of existence, and by integrating them, we begin to tap into a power that was always within us. It is the surface interpretation that is false, and it is the hidden truth that is real, and this is the key to our own liberation. The starseed concept, which may have seemed abstract previously, now takes on a new significance, as you understand that recognizing the link to your specific star system can unlock dormant psychic abilities and talents that are unique to your lineage. Those who carry the energy of the Draco lineage may find themselves drawn to leadership, strategic thinking, and the pursuit of knowledge. These individuals often have a natural authority and a deep understanding of power dynamics. Those who are aligned with the Hydra lineage, on the other hand, may possess a natural gift for intuition, empathy, and healing, with a deep connection to the subconscious realms and a strong desire to create transformation. Understanding your origins can provide you with a greater understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses and help you to understand your own unique talents. This is not just a belief system, but a guide for understanding your own experience. Your individual life experience is not just a random occurrence, but rather it is the unfolding of a much larger cosmic plan. By understanding this direct link between your origins and your potential, you can begin to consciously align yourself with your true purpose and finally begin to express your innate abilities. By understanding your origins, you understand your potential, and this is a key for unlocking your dormant abilities. Now we arrive at the crucial point of perspective transformation, where you begin to break free from the limitations of your old beliefs and finally align with a new, more empowering understanding of reality. Start by identifying any limiting beliefs that you hold about yourself or about the world around you. These could be anything from, "I am not good enough," to, "The world is a dangerous place," or even, "I am not powerful enough." Once you have identified these limiting beliefs, consciously replace them with more empowering affirmations, such as, "I am powerful beyond measure," or "I am the creator of my reality," or even, "The world is a place of infinite potential." The key to reprogramming these beliefs is not simply to repeat them as a mantra, but rather to feel them, believe them, and embody them with your whole being. This is where the dragon and serpent energies can be of tremendous help, for it is the dragon that will empower you to create new realities, and it is the serpent that will allow you to connect with your own intuition and ultimately guide you to the correct path. It is through this process of reprogramming and shifting your perspective that you will begin to consciously create new experiences, finally taking your power back from the old system. The power of conscious creation is in your hands, and it is through this understanding that you will begin to manifest a life aligned with your true potential. This process is not just about personal transformation, but also about creating a new reality for yourself and for the world around you. Let us now place this individual experience of awakening within the broader context of larger cosmic patterns and cycles, which will show you how your transformation also plays a role in something much bigger than yourself. Your starseed lineage is not just an individual phenomenon, but rather it is connected to the larger cycles of planetary and galactic events, thus linking your personal transformation to a larger collective shift. Each individual's awakening has a ripple effect that extends outward, creating positive changes in the collective consciousness. This means that your journey of self-discovery is not just about you, but rather it is also about contributing to the awakening of humanity as a whole. This is not a responsibility that should cause fear, but rather a privilege that you have earned and is now part of your conscious path. When you choose to embark on this path, you begin to play a critical role in the shift of the human story, helping to bring the planet into alignment with higher consciousness. It is in this way that your personal transformation becomes a collective transformation, and that you begin to have a global effect on humanity. This is not a small task, but rather a mission that you are uniquely qualified to take on due to your own specific origins and gifts. It is when we begin to see this larger picture that we understand our lives have a much deeper purpose, and we are connected to a much larger plan than we previously realized. The union of opposites is not just a concept for individual transformation, but rather a universal principle that applies to all areas of life, from personal relationships to global issues. The path to harmony is not found in the separation of differences, but rather in their integration, which requires that we embrace both the light and the shadow, the masculine and the feminine, the conscious and the subconscious. The moment you begin to accept the idea that each side has something to offer, you will move away from the conflict of duality and into the power of integration. When we approach life with this understanding, we can begin to create relationships, communities, and even global systems based on mutual respect and cooperation, rather than division and conflict. It is in this understanding that we unlock the potential for a new paradigm of existence, one that is based on wholeness, balance, and mutual understanding. It is through this act of integration that we can create a world where everyone is given the opportunity to express their full potential, where our differences are seen as complementary forces rather than sources of conflict, and where each individual can recognize that they are part of a much larger whole. This is not just a nice sentiment, but rather a practical pathway for achieving peace and harmony on a global scale. Consider the implications of widespread understanding of these concepts. If more and more people understand their origins and their latent powers, they would begin to break free from the limitations of the old systems and begin to create a new reality for themselves and for everyone. This would not be a simple change, but rather a complete overhaul of the current structures of society, for the system itself is designed to keep us unaware of these truths, and the moment this knowledge becomes widespread, that system will begin to crumble. This understanding will not lead to chaos, but rather to a more conscious, creative, and collaborative way of life. The implications are so profound that the very idea of it can be intimidating, but this transformation is not an option, but rather an inevitability of the human experience, and it is up to each of us to take our own personal power and help to usher in this new reality. This is not a passive process, but rather an active collaboration with the cosmic forces of creation, and is one of the reasons that you have been called to learn this information, so you can also share it with others. This is the path of freedom and the great work that we must take on together. This journey of awakening is not simply an intellectual understanding, but rather a transformational process that requires practice and a commitment to self-discovery. It is essential to remember that information without action is useless, so you must be committed to implementing these concepts in your own life and to taking self-responsibility for your own awakening. This will not happen by accident, but rather through a conscious decision to change, grow, and align with your higher purpose. You must be willing to step out of your comfort zone and challenge your own beliefs, and you must also be willing to face your own inner demons. This is not a path for the faint of heart, but rather for those who are ready to take full responsibility for their own lives and for the creation of a new reality. Your commitment to yourself will also be your commitment to the world, and your own personal transformation will play a crucial role in the transformation of the whole of humanity. This process takes time and dedication, but the rewards of self-mastery and liberation are worth every moment of it, so never stop working towards the fulfillment of your own potential. Now let's bring together the various threads of this discussion and revisit some of the key concepts, such as the hidden knowledge, the suppression of truth, and the importance of self-discovery. The dragons and serpents are not just mythological figures, but rather they are archetypal energies that represent the very forces of creation, destruction, transformation, and knowledge, and they exist both in the macrocosm and the microcosm, all around us and within us. The knowledge of these forces has been deliberately hidden from us by those who would seek to control the narrative of reality and keep humanity in a state of ignorance and powerlessness. However, by understanding the symbolism and implementing the specific techniques, we can break free from these limitations and finally begin to tap into the full potential of our own being. It is through the process of self-discovery that we begin to remember our true nature and our true origins, and it is through conscious action that we begin to manifest a new reality. The key is in the integration of these concepts and taking action to put them into practice, and this is the central point that we must remember. It is this process of integration that will finally lead us to our own personal liberation and collective transformation. To fulfill the cosmic topersonal pattern, let us consider how to use this knowledge to manifest specific outcomes in your own daily lives. Start by focusing your attention on a specific goal or desire that you wish to manifest, and then begin to visualize the desired outcome as if it were already happening. This is not just about thinking positive thoughts, but rather about creating a clear and vivid image of what you desire, and then feeling the emotions associated with that reality. As you visualize, activate the dragon and serpent energies within you, allowing the dragon to empower your will and the serpent to connect with your intuition and guiding you on the correct path towards your goal. The more focused and clear you are in your intention, and the more powerfully you are able to hold that vision, the more effectively you will manifest that outcome into your reality. Remember that manifestation is not magic, but rather it is the natural result of aligning your energies with your intentions. This is the key to bringing the hidden concepts that we have talked about and finally using them in your own personal life for the purpose of creating a better reality. It is through this conscious engagement that we move from being victims of circumstance to being the active creators of our own lives. Now let's directly address the questions posed at the beginning of this exploration and answer them from the perspective of the new knowledge that we have gained. Why has this knowledge been kept hidden from us? Because those in power benefit from our ignorance, and because they have deliberately distorted the meanings of ancient symbols in order to maintain control. Why is it essential to reclaim this knowledge now? Because humanity is at a critical juncture, and we must awaken to our true potential in order to create a more harmonious and just world for everyone. It is through the process of self-discovery that we become aware of our own power and begin to take control of our own destiny. The system was designed to keep us powerless, but it is when we wake up to this truth that we also awaken to our own power, the moment we understand that we are finally free. The questions that you had at the beginning of this journey have now been answered, and the mystery has been solved. For now you are equipped with the knowledge needed to embark upon your own journey of self-mastery. Finally, let us release the tension and embrace the empowering truth that you are not a victim of the system, but rather an active agent of change. You have the power to shape your own reality and to create a life that is aligned with your true purpose. The techniques and concepts that we have discussed are tools for your transformation, but ultimately the power to manifest change lies within you. This is not about a future hope or dream, but rather a present reality that you can create right now. The journey that we have explored together, from the hidden origins of the dragon and serpent to your own individual awakening, has led you to this point, a moment where you can finally choose to step into your own power and begin to shape your own life, and ultimately the world around you. This is the moment for transformation, and the moment where you can finally recognize that you have the power to create a better future. The journey is not over, but rather it is just beginning, and it is through this intention and action that you will begin to manifest your full potential. Let us now introduce a new set of questions that expand on the topics we have covered in this video, thus suggesting even deeper layers of understanding that await you, and that will be explored in future content. How do we connect with other starseeds? And what is the next step in our own personal spiritual awakening? What are some of the specific challenges that we must overcome in order to fully integrate the dualistic forces within ourselves? And what practices can we implement to consciously create our desired reality? These are all important questions that will be explored in future videos as we delve deeper into these concepts. It is through the process of asking these questions that we continue to move further and further into our own understanding. In upcoming videos, we will be delving deeper into the practical applications of this knowledge, exploring specific starseed lineages, hidden societies, and esoteric practices such as alchemy and sacred geometry. We will also be taking a closer look at the chakra system and how it connects to these archetypal forces, while also discussing the methods to unlock your own latent abilities. Each video will be a continuation of this work, expanding upon the principles and techniques that we have discussed, and providing new tools for you to take on your journey of self-mastery. There is an endless path of learning that awaits you, and our hope is to provide the tools that you need to continue on your own unique path of self-discovery. These future videos will be an exploration of the specific topics that we have just covered, taking them further into the realm of practical application, and will give you the tools that you need to finally express your true potential. We strongly encourage interaction in the comments below, so please share your personal experiences and also any challenges that you may be facing as you begin to implement this knowledge into your life. Your participation in the comment section is a valuable part of the learning process and can provide encouragement and insight for others. This is not a solo mission, but rather a collective process, and it is through our shared experiences that we can better understand these concepts and learn from one another. It is through open communication that we can fully integrate the power of community and begin to create a support network that can help us to move forward in our own unique journeys. Share your experiences below, and let's create a community dedicated to truth. Finally, we invite you to take action and implement this knowledge into your life, while also continuing your journey of self-discovery as you embody these principles and become a living testament to the power of self-mastery. You have been given a gift in this knowledge, and it is now up to you to put it into practice and allow yourself to transform into the magnificent being that you were always meant to be. Like, subscribe, and share this video as we together continue to awaken and transform our world, one conscious choice at a time. Remember, the dragon and the serpent are within you, waiting to be awakened, and it is through this journey that you can unlock your full potential, for it is in this moment that you begin your own personal path of transformation and you are ready to create a new reality.